I was going to check this secret, but Jen's going to check it.
Fanshawe College.
What?
Oh yeah, Tina said once you're done with PSC
To give it to her,
yeah. And the pet or like text her.
And being considerate of other spectators watching the game. The officiating crew for the second game of the doubleheader tonight, please welcome Derek Stewart, Mark Bullock, and Maya Garvin. Ladies and gentlemen, before the national anthem of Fanshawe College, I'd like to ask everyone, please join us in a moment of silence to remember and honor the life of Glenn Creed, who passed away last Sunday. Glenn served as basketball official for over 40 years, as a well-respected member of the London basketball community. We will remember the positivity he brought to every gymnasium. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Falcons. We ask all to please remain standing for playing the Canadian national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the starting lineups first for the Niagara Knights. Wearing number 1, Skylar Samuel. Wearing number 2, Ian Moore. Wearing number 3, Chris Spain. Wearing number 4, Joseph Buckley. And wearing number 32, Isaiah. Head coach and this is the Niagara Knights, Nicole Hilton.
And we are live from the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center with some late night basketball here for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Fanshawe Falcons and Niagara Knights. I'm Logan Libiak.
And I'm Noah Parody.
And we are underway here. Quick start for the Falcons. It's Damarian Ennis. A quick bucket there for Fanshawe. Easy layup, it looked like, from Ennis. And now here come the Knights.
I just want to quick mention, it's looking like both teams are having almost the same starting lineup as the last game, except for Niagara. Eric Tessar is out, and Caden Moore is in, and then for the Falcons, Hansel Matunga is out, and Addy Lever is in.
See what Lever can do. He's been an amazing presence off the bench this season for the Falcons as we're tied up at 2. Bogart gives it to Lever. Now Addy Lever to Kual. Now to Amon Walker. Walker to Ennis. Ennis back to Bogart. Bogart to Kual. Cross to Addy Lever from distance. Good! A huge three-pointer from Addy Lever, making his presence felt in this starting lineup early. Now here come the Knights. Passing around here in the corner now. It's going to be number 3, Chris Spann, charging in. No good on the bucket. Spann grabs his own board, though. And good on the 3 from Stacy Balkos.
Looks like it's going to be a three-point contest, though, here. Both teams already have a 3 each.
We'll see if the Niagara men's team can keep up the trend that the women's team set in that first game with the 3 ball. As here's Amon Walker. Walker charging in. Grabs his own board. What a way. Wow. And a travel is called on the Falcons. So the Knights going to take over possession here in their own end now. It's going to be Caden Moore inbounds there. It's going to be Joseph Buckley now. Now here comes Joseph Buckley. Buckley from distance, no good. Rebounded there, Damarian Ennis, who gives it up to Brandon Bogart. Bogart now back to Ennis. Ennis to Kual. Now here's Lever. Looked like he might go up from distance again. 2 on him. Ball was tipped on the pass. Kual able to recover it, but it's going to get out now. Now the Knights going to bring it back up the court. Here comes Joseph Buckley. Buckley playing around beyond distance here. Ooh, and a good pass inside back to Buckley from Skylar Samuel, but it's going to be a foul, it looks like, called on that one. Illegal hit called on the Falcons. So the Knights going to head to the line for their first 2 free throws of the game. It's going to be Joseph Buckley, the second-year guard out of Atlanta. Sorry, not second-year, first-year guard out of Oshawa. So he hits the first.
And Buckley's the leading scorer for the team with 17.3 points per game, which puts him at 13 in the entire OCAA rankings.
As Buckley goes 2 for 2 there, a good start for him, puts the Knights up 7-5 here early. Damarian Ennis inside, and what an effort from Skylar Samuel on that one. I can't tell if he got a piece of it off the glass. Now a great pass inside, and the bucket. It's Caden Moore. Now Kual gives it up to Brandon Bogart. Bogart's going to give it, that's Nikola Seebick. Almost taken away, Lever out to Bogart. Into the paint, and good. Over multiple defenders. What an effort from last week's OCAA Athlete of the Week, Brandon Bogart. When the deep 3 from Buckley, no good. Rebounded by Kual. He's going to give it to Addy Lever. Kual now. Heads right for the paint, the spin move, and the touch. What a bucket in tight. Just not letting anything stop him. Now here's Buckley with the ball for the Knights. Buckley's going to give it there. It's Isaiah Panone. Now back over to Skylar Samuel. Samuel inside. Easy lay. Now here's Bogart bringing it up for the Falcons. Very fast-paced start to this one. And we've got a couple substitutions here for the Falcons as Kowal and Damarian Ennis come out. And it looks like Josh Lawrence coming in, as well as Caleb LaBelle for the Falcons. Now Fanshawe with the inbound, it's Bogart. Bogart gives it to Seebeck. Seebeck back to Bogart. The screen from LaBelle. Bogart goes around the other way though. Goes up with it and no good. Oh, and almost goes out of bounds, but a great effort there from Caden Moore to keep it in. And out of bounds off the hand of Bogart there. So the Knights gonna take the inbound here. It's gonna be Caden Moore taking it.
Yeah, that was almost a steal by Brandon Bogart, who has 16 steals this season, which puts him tied for 11th in the entire OCAA with 2.3 a game.
The Knights yet to make a substitution here almost halfway into the first quarter, and now the 3-ball, no good on that shot from Chris Spann. Brandon Bogart now gonna bring it back up for the Falcons. Bogart finds LaBelle. LaBelle into the paint, and powers through the contact. Caleb LaBelle, what a play. It's a physical matchup early and a tight one as we are locked up here at 11 apiece. Now here's Skylar Samuel. He's gonna give it to Isaiah Panome. Panome gives it away here to Buckley. Buckley gives it inside and a beautiful bucket from Chris Spann. So those are the first points of the ball game for Spann. Now here's Addy Lever bringing it up for Fanshawe. He's gonna give it to Lawrence now. Josh Lawrence, he's got some space to move into the paint. And looks like a charge called on Lawrence. So the Knights gonna take possession here. Niagara up 2, just under 5 minutes to go now in the first quarter. Inbounded by Caden Moore. Finally, a couple substitutions here for the Knights. This one's gonna be handed inside. And what a bucket through the contact from Difference Igbine. Comes right in and makes a difference immediately as he heads to the line to try and cap off the 3-point play. Huge play there from Igbine. And he will be no good on the free throw. Knights will grab the rebound though. It's gonna be dished out to Caden Moore. Inside, that's gonna be a shot from Spann. Wow. Chris Spann. Now here come the Falcons. Brandon Bogart bringing it up. This one's gonna be with Quol. He's gonna give it to Josh Lawrence. Lawrence inside. No good. Quol on the board and the second effort. Oh, he put his everything into that one, but just a little off. So it's gonna, and no good on the shot there. Addy Lever on the rebound for the Falcons. He's gonna give it to Nikola Seebeck. And it's gonna go off a Knight's hand and stay in bounds. Given to Caden Moore here. And John Mazier, wow! Stephen John Mazier. What an effort on that basket, and he'll head to the line to try and cap off the 3-point play.
And Brandon Bogart is subbing out of the game, and I don't expect much of that as he's leading the team with 231 minutes, which is almost 100 more than the second highest, Damarian Ennis, with 150.
Bogart been on the court constantly for the Falcons. This one, no good on the shot there from Mezier. Now Addy Lever gonna take the inbound for the Falcons. Looks like we are starting to get a pretty packed house here in the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center as Nicola Seebick brings it up for the Falcons. Seebick gonna give this one to Amon Walker. Amon Walker to Addie Lever. Inside to Quol, outside to Seebick from 3. Good! Nicola Seebick is gonna be his first points on the game on his first attempt. Seebick playing a lot of minutes off the bench for the Falcons so far this season. He's been a great presence on the court. This one's put up by Buckley. Good! Joseph Buckley firing right back with the 3. This is just non-stop action here in this first quarter of play. Falcons gonna need some points here to try and get back in it. The Knights look like they are on a pretty good run here. Quol. Almost in through the contact. Looks like a charge called on the Falcons. It's early, and we have already seen 5 fouls against Fanshawe. And the Knights yet to commit a single foul, playing the cleaner basketball here. You got to think that's one of the reasons they've got this 9-point lead early. So we have just under 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter of action. Now here's Joseph Buckley. Corner mid-range, no good on the shot, rebounded by Addie Lever. Lever gives it up to Nicola Seebick, over to Quol. He's gonna give it inside here. Looks like that was to Lennon Campos, who gives it to Addie Lever, to Quol. Wow! Great passing clinic there from the Falcons to get some points back on the board.
Quol is now the leading scorer for the Falcons with 4 on the night, and last game he had the second most points with 14.
See Quol definitely making a difference early here for the Falcons. So he dished out to Addie Lever. Another 3 from Lever. You gotta think the Falcons made the right call starting him. Perfect so far from distance. Oh, almost an alley-oop there.
You know, we would have been going crazy for an alley.
Looked like that was Josh Natumba went up for that one. Went down a little hard, but glad to see he's back up and just fine. So he will head to the line here. This will be Natumba's first free throws of the day.
And we see Bogart back in the game. Like I said, he is not going to be gone for long. He is just looking unstoppable with his minutes.
And like as well as Bogart coming in there was Caleb LaBelle as Quol and Addie Lever step out of the game. Second free throw was no good. Falcons bring it up here. It's Nicola Seebick. Seebick to LaBelle. Caleb LaBelle, the big man, dishes out to Bogart from 3. No good. And a couple players dive on it. Falcons able to keep possession. It's out to Bogart again. Swings it to Amon Walker. Amon Walker gives it to Nicola Seebick. Seebick holds on to it as the shot clock expires. And the Knights gonna take over possession there.
What a steal on that play by Lennon Campos. Just amazing hustle, and he got away with the steal.
On the inbound here is gonna be Caden Moore for the Falcons. Or sorry, the Knights. Joseph Buckley now. Knights looking to move some guys around, get a play going here. Now it's Caden Moore again. Moore back to Joseph Buckley. Buckley from distance. No good. And it looks like a whistle. I think a foul called on the 3-point shot. Looks like Joseph Buckley is going to head to the line. And I think this might be for 3. Falcons clearly disagree with that call, though. Brandon Bogart, not a fan. And Buckley will be good on the first. Second shot here from Joseph Buckley. No good on that one. And now the third and final attempt on this trip to the line for Buckley. And good. Knights go up 25-19 here with under a minute to go. Brandon Bogart. Gonna give it to Amon Walker. Amon Walker gonna give it to Nicola Seebeck. Back to Amon Walker. Walker back to Seebeck. Seebeck fighting inside, goes up, no good. What an effort there, and a great job to get the board from Campos. No good on the shot there. I think that was Caleb LaBelle. Now just 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Skylar Samuel with it. Gives it to Joseph Buckley. Now Buckley. 6 seconds to go and a whistle. And an illegal screen called there. That one's going to go against Igbine. Falcons will get possession with just 5.5 seconds on the clock. See if they can get a shot off before time expires, and another whistle. And now a blocking foul called on Skylar Samuel. Bogart going to inbound it again for the Falcons. Looking for someone. Looking for Amon Walker, who keeps it. Shot is up. No good. And that will do it for this first quarter of action. Niagara 25, Fanshawe 19, as we take a short break. We'll be back with the second quarter of action just after this. And we are back with the second quarter of action here from Fanshawe College. It's Niagara 25, Fanshawe 19. So we get underway. It's going to be Joseph Buckley giving it here to Caden Moore. Caden Moore now looking on the pass there for Isaiah Panome, but out of bounds, and Fanshawe will take over. Brandon Bogart going to give it up to Amon Walker. Walker going to bring it up for the Falcons here as he gets it to Nicola Seebeck. Looking inside for Damarian Ennis and out of bounds. Looks like it went off the Knights, so Fanshawe should keep possession here. It's going to be Brandon Bogart on the inbound. Niagara have shown great ball security early. No turnovers, no steals from the Falcons in this one. Now Damarian Ennis. Shot clock, 3 seconds left. Bogart, no good. Walker looking to try and keep that one in with a rebound, but unfortunately no cigar. Now Caden Moore gonna inbound it here for the Knights. Moore to War to Joseph Buckley. Buckley's gonna give it to Skylar Samuel, gives it to Caden Moore. Back to Joseph Buckley. Buckley with the mid-range, no good. Rebound goes to, it's like Bogart and Chris Spann were in on that one, but they will give it to the Falcons. Addie Lever gonna take the inbound here for Fanshawe. Brandon Bogart bringing it up. Now to Amon Walker. Walker to Ennis. Ennis over to Lever. Addie Lever back to Caleb LaBelle. LaBelle over to Amon Walker. Walker looked like it bounced off his foot, able to keep possession though, and off his foot again. And still keeps possession. Now to Bogart. Over to Ennis. And the block. Falcons almost still able to get the points. Bogart kept it alive, gave it to Walker there. But the block by Isaiah Panome, just too much. And the Knights take possession here. Joseph Buckley.
I just want to mention that Isaiah Panome, he has been amazing with his defense. He leads the team in blocks per game with 1.2, which puts him at 6th in the entire OCAA.
Absolutely remarkable numbers from Panome. Now Brandon Bogart takes it off the inbound from Amon Walker. Bogart over to Ennis. Ennis over to Lever. Looking inside for Bogart, just a bit too much juice on that one. So it goes out of bounds. Niagara gonna take the inbound here. Caden Moore gives it up to Joseph Buckley. Joseph Buckley now. Keeping it about half court here to Isaiah Panome. Panome now dribbling the ball behind the line as he gets inside to the paint. Panome fighting with LaBelle and out of bounds. Great job by Caleb LaBelle there to keep the pressure on him. The Falcons make a couple substitutions here. It looks like Damarian Ennis checking out of this one. And in comes Lennon Campos. Bogart now. Over to Addie Lever. Lever to Caleb LaBelle. LaBelle, spin move inside, soft touch, and a beautiful finish at the rim. An absolutely amazing job there from Caleb LaBelle. Now here's Joseph Buckley. Buckley gives it now to Samuel. Skylar Samuel charging in. No good on the mid-range. Addie Lever with the board and bringing it up for the Falcons. What a move behind his back there. Thought Lever might try the three again. He's been efficient from the arc today. Lever over to Amon Walker. Inside to Caleb LaBelle. LaBelle. Beautiful touch on that one. 6 points now on the day from Caleb LaBelle. He's yet to miss a shot. Walker now defending Buckley. Now Panome gives it to Moore. Caden Moore. Behind his head. Ooh. And no good on the shot from Skylar Samuel. I was still a little in awe of the pass from Caden Moore on that one. Addie Lever now trying to command the rest of the Falcons here on offense. Brandon Bogart. Falcons keep letting that shot clock run down. No good on the basket here. Now here's Scott. Ooh, and a beautiful defensive effort from Addie Lever against Skylar Samuel. What a play, Campos, good! What a slam from Lennon Campos! And a timeout as the Knights will want to slow it down here. What a run from Fanshawe. They are tied this one up at 25. Knights yet to get on the board here in this second quarter.
You know, everyone loves seeing a couple dunks. Look at that. Man, oh man. Absolutely destroyed the rim on that one. And as Logan mentioned earlier, Brandon Bogart has been absolutely amazing. Last game, he got 17 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. And he had one heck of a fourth quarter. In that fourth quarter, he had 9 of his team high, 17 points.
Absolutely pivotal performance from Brandon Bogart in that game to lead the Falcons to their second win of the season over a very strong Lambton team. And we are coming back from this timeout. The Falcons staying hot here in this second quarter, 6-0 so far. So we're just about 4 minutes in, and they have still not allowed the Knights to put one in. And now here's Caden Moore on the inbound. Moore gives this one up here. Here comes Mezier. Mezier gives it to Skylar Samuel. Samuel gives it back here. That's going to go Igbine. Caden Moore, oh, looking for Mezier on that one as it goes out of bounds. The Knights, a big part of that, the reason they held that lead at the end of that first quarter was the limit on their turnovers. Had just 1 in that first quarter, up to 5 now as we approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. And an illegal screen called on Caleb LaBelle there. So it looks like the Knights will take over possession here. Caden Moore on the inbound again. Now here comes Skylar Samuel. Samuel gives it off to Mezier. Mezier gives it to Igbine. This one's now given up to Chris Spann. Spann on the mid-range, good! And Niagara finally get on the board in this third quarter as we are just about 4.5 minutes done. Brandon Bogart. Caleb LaBelle now inside, LaBelle. No good on the bucket there as that'll be Caleb LaBelle's first missed shot of the game. Now Campos matched up with Moore. Caden Moore gives it to Igbine. Igbine gives it away here to Chris Spann. Spann gives it to Skylar Samuel. Samuel showing off the hands. No good on the 3. Chris Spann! What an effort to grab the board, but I believe they're going to say he was out of bounds before he went up for it. Or no, I'm sorry, that'll be a call against the Falcons.
That was some excellent defense on that last play by Josh Lawrence.
I believe this is the second time we've now seen Josh Lawrence checked into this game. LaBelle matched up with Igbine. Great defense from Caleb LaBelle. Just not allowing difference Igbine to get around him. Addie Lever now. Lever dishes out to Bogart. Bogart inside. What a pass to LaBelle, and it's good!
And 1.
Caleb LaBelle headed to the line with a chance to capitalize on a 3-point play opportunity here for the Falcons. They could go up 1. Or sorry, no, it won't be a free throw, but the Falcons will get the ball on the end line. The call was against Difference Igbine. And now, yeah, it'll be Addie Lever on the inbound. That's to say, they just told us they were inbounding it, and then it still looked like they were setting up to shoot some free throws. I was a little confused there.
I think everyone's a little confused. I think they call it a blocking foul on that.
Yeah, it looked like it was a blocking foul on Igbine. Campos gives it to Bogart off the inbound here. Now LaBelle inside with Igbine. Good on the bucket. Another bucket from Caleb LaBelle. 10 points now in this game. Now here's Joseph Buckley checked back in for the Knights. Caden Moore. Caden Moore up with it. No good on the shot. Igbine trying to get the board. No good. Josh Lawrence with a very tough effort there. And now it's Brandon Bogart over to Addie Lever. What a team play from the Falcons. 31-27. They've got their groove back now. Igbine now gives it away here to Chris Spann. Spann gave it to Mezier. He's going to give it to Buckley. Buckley inside to Moore. He's got some space in the paint, but just not enough height on that on the layup attempt. Brandon Bogart bringing it the other way for Fanshawe. Addy Lever now as it slows down just a bit. The Falcons trying to drop a play. Brandon Bogart gives inside to Lennon Campos. Campos looking to go under the bucket here. Pivoting. Good and one!
What a basket!
Lennon Campos, and you can see him celebrating on the ground there. I think he knew that one was going in before it even got down.
That might be one of the prettiest two-point plays I've ever seen.
And now a chance to turn it into a three-point play. Wow, what an effort from Lennon Campos. And we've got a timeout called. Falcons take a break here for just a minute. We'll be right back. And we are back with the last 3.5 minutes of this first half. Fanshawe up 33-27. It's been a very entertaining game early between the Niagara Knights and your Fanshawe Falcons. It's going to be Lennon Campos now at the line with a chance to cap off a three-point play. This will be his first attempt from the free throw line, and he is good. Campos up to 5 points now, yet to miss a shot. Falcons so efficient shooting-wise so far. Bogart now bringing it up for the Falcons. Brandon Bogart. No good on the bucket. A ton of bodies there on the rebound. It's hard to see who came down with it. And a steal from Buckley. Goes up and just a beautiful soft touch. Great steal and way to finish it off at the other end. Joseph Buckley. Addy Lever now. And some very tight defense there from Carter Bowen. Carter Bowen, great effort there, but the Falcons will retain possession. Brandon Bogart gonna take the inbound. Bogart to Campos. Campos, looking to give it right back to Bogart. Tipped off the fingertips there. Now going up with it there, and the and one from Chris Spann. Spann will head to the line for the first time today. He's got 7 in this one. Looks like Lennon Campos subs out of this one. In comes Demarion Ennis. Bogart now bringing it up the court, over to LaBelle. Caleb LaBelle off his foot, out of bounds. And the Knights will take possession. Or sorry, no, the Falcons. My mistake there. They will hang on to it here. It's Addy Lever with the inbound. Now here's Josh Lawrence inside. No good on the shot, and that one goes out of bounds off the Falcons. So this time, the Knights will get the inbound. I know I'm not wrong about it this time. Carter Bowen inbounds it to Joseph Buckley. Buckley has 11 in this one. Buckley now handed it to Span, who gave it right back. Now Buckley looking to go inside. And an illegal screen called. Looked like that one was on Josh Natumba. Now Bogart takes the inbound from Lever. Lever, vocal, he wants his teammates to be moving in the paint here. And when you got a 3-point lead, that's what you need to do. They want to pour it on here. They want to extend their lead. They don't want to have another close game like against Lambton. A nail biter that one was, as it's inside to Ennis. Ennis outside to Lever. Lever back to Ennis from distance. Ooh, in and out. Oh, and a great effort from LaBelle. Falcons take it with the steal. Lever over to Bogart. Bogart over to LaBelle. Can't hold on to it. It's going to be taken away by Chris Span. Span bringing it up here for the Knights. And he was looking to get that one to Natumba, but Bogart with the steal. Oh, and Ennis caps it off.
And one.
Damarian Ennis. Chance to add to his points in this one. He's up to 4. Chance to extend the Falcons' lead to 6, sorry. And Ennis is good on the singular free throw. And a couple substitutions here for the Knights. It's going to be Skylar Samuel and Caden Moore checking in. That's going to be Carter Bowen. And that's going to be Stephen John Mezier checking out. Now coming up is Skylar Samuel. Samuel matched up with Addie Lever as we approach the 1-minute mark here in this first half. Skylar Samuel. Samuel gives it to Buckley. Joseph Buckley charges in over 2 defenders. No good. Great effort from Natumba to keep it with the Knights. Samuel gives it out here to Span. No good. And a fight under the rim. The Falcons will take possession though. 51 seconds to go and a 6-point Fanshawe lead in the first half. Cool gonna check into the game for Caleb LaBelle. Timeout taken by the Falcons here inside the final minute. So we'll have the final 51 seconds after a quick break. And we are back inside the final minute of this first half. Fanshawe up by 6 points as the Falcons head onto the court. Very entertaining second quarter, but the big storyline has been that Fanshawe defense limiting Niagara to only 6 points after giving up 25 in the first.
Yeah, we've seen 2 double-digit scores in the game so far. We have Joseph Buckley over for Niagara and Caleb LaBelle for Fanshawe.
LaBelle got 10 points, 3 rebounds so far in this one, and he didn't even start for the Falcons. What a performance from him so far. Addie Lever now bringing it up here for Fanshawe. Now it's cool inside to Damarian Ennis. No good as it Looked like it went out off the hands of Josh Lawrence, I thought, but they're going to say off of a Niagara player, so the Falcons will keep possession here off the Niagara back line. Cool. Going to take the inbound here for Fanshawe. Gives it to Ennis. Ennis gives it to Lever. Already seen Lever hit a couple threes. Not going to do it that contested, though. Looking for Cool. Went right through his hands and out of bounds.
One heck of a pass, though. They're just offline.
Whole lot of heat on that one, but just a bit too fast for Cool to snatch it. Now bringing it up is Joseph Buckley. "20 seconds to go. Here's Buckley. Buckley now to Span. Looking for Samuel, but out of bounds. 15 seconds on the clock, and the Falcons will take over. So as we get ready for what will likely be the final possession of this first half. Falcons bring it up. Seabick gives it to Lever. Lever inside to Cool. Cool outside to Lever, but just too much to the left. Out of bounds. Knights take over with 5 seconds to go. And a timeout called with 5 seconds left. Want to make us wait just a little bit longer for that halftime break.
Yeah, you mentioned you thought that was our last possession, but the game said otherwise.
And we are back for the most thrilling 5 seconds of basketball you will ever see as we get ready to run out this first half. Be the Knights with possession in their own end. Wonder if we'll even see a shot here to end the quarter. It's given to Samuel. Skylar Samuel brings it up. He will get the three off. Wow, the buzzer beater! Skylar Samuel through the contest. And he'll cut the lead down to 3 as we head into halftime here at the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center. Fanshawe 37, Niagara 34. We'll be back with your second half in about 15 minutes after the break. And we are back with the second half of basketball here from the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center between the Niagara Knights and Fanshawe Falcons. A buzzer-beating three-pointer from Niagara's Skylar Samuel put the Knights down by just 3 to come into this second half. Now here's a good shot. Ooh, no good on that one from Panome. Well, Bogart fighting there with, looked like Span, but nothing on that one.
Just a quick scoring update for you guys. Joseph Buckley has 11 for Niagara, followed by Chris Span with 9 and Skylar Samuel with 8. And then for the Falcons, Caleb LaBelle is leading the way with 10, Addie Lever with 8, and Demarion Ennis with 5.
LaBelle using that size to his advantage today, stands 6'7". He's the tallest player on the Falcons roster. Amon Walker now with the ball for Fanshawe. Walker gives it to LaBelle there. No good on the shot. Just a bit shy, hits the rim, and now bring it up Caden Moore. That one's gonna be given to Panome, who gives it over to Buckley. Buckley back to Moore. Moore now inside, spinning, round, through the contact, nothing at the rim there. Bogart looks for the bounce pass, but a great interception by Joseph Buckley. Gives it back to Caden Moore. No good on the bucket again is Moore. Lever now turns it over to Span. Ooh, Lever looked to get the good defensive effort in there, but just too much from Chris Span. So he gets the bucket there for the Knights. Now Addie Lever here for the Falcons. Lever looking inside for LaBelle. LaBelle outside to Bogart. Bogart from distance. Good!
There it is, Brandon.
The first 3 of the day from Brandon Bogart, or as they called him in the pregame intros, the sharpshooter. Now Samuel dishes it out here. That's Panome. Panome now gives it here to Span. Chris Span inside! And they will call the charge on Span. Falcons gonna take the ball here. Not the bucket. Brandon Bogart will take the inbound here for Fanshawe. Also on the court there with Bogart here to start the second half is Addie Lever, Amon Walker, Demarion Ennis, and Caleb LaBelle. Walker now. Gives it to LaBelle. LaBelle to Lever. Lever now gives it inside to Amon Walker. Walker outside to Bogart. Bogart to Ennis. Ennis to Lever. Lever to Walker. Walker now inside, spinning and knocked away by Caden Moore. Sorry, no, I guess not knocked away by Moore. I guess Walker just lost possession there as they'll call that one out on the Falcons. Now Span on the inbound, gives it to Buckley. Joseph Buckley now bringing it up the court for the Knights. It's starting to get loud here in the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center. They're trying to cheer on this Falcons defense. Now here's Panome. Panome inside. And nothing comes on the basket here, rebounded by the Falcons. LaBelle matched up with Panome. And out of bounds, they're going to call that one out on Fanshawe. Niagara will take over.
And with Chris Span's last bucket, he is now also in double digits with 11. So it's Chris Span with 11, Buckley with 11, and LaBelle with 10 for the Falcons.
We got 3 double-digit scorers so far in this game as we just go under the 3-minute mark of this second half. Now Buckley, Joseph Buckley spinning inside, finishes beautifully at the rim. Buckley cuts the lead down to just 2. Now Lever to Bogart. Bogart matched tightly with Chris Span. Lever keeps it in, beautiful effort, but wow! What a steal from Span. Now Samuel gives it to Span, who gives it to Buckley, and Span grabs the board. What an effort on both sides there from Chris Span. The steal on one side and the second chance bucket on the other for the Knights.
Well, Span, he's one heck of a defensive player. Both him and Joseph Buckley are top 10 in steals per game. Span has 2.6, which puts him at 8th, and Buckley has 2.4, which puts him in 9.
And as you say it, another steal for the Knights. They're coming the other way. Skylar Samuel hits the 3. And now the Knights take the 3-point lead. After being shut down by Fanshawe's defense in the third quarter, Niagara coming out hot here in the second half. And there's the bucket for the Falcons.
And we also have another double-digit score. And now Skylar Thompson has 11. So we're seeing a lot of double-digit scores.
Oh, wow! What a shot from Joseph Buckley. 46-42. Knights lead it. Now Bogart brings it up to Amon Walker. Walker to LaBelle. LaBelle inside. No good. And the second chance ever grabs his own board. Foul called there against the Knights. So Caleb LaBelle gonna head to the line, a chance for points 11 and 12 here in his first trip to the free throw spot in this game. Let's see what LaBelle can do here. If he can cut the Knights lead, down to just down from just 4. LaBelle, good on the first one. Very efficient today, Caleb LaBelle. 5 for 7 on his field goal attempts in this one. LaBelle is no good on the second. Knights gonna get the inbound now. It's Caden Moore who will take it here for Niagara. And he's gonna give it here to Buckley. Joseph Buckley. Bringing it up the court now for the Knights. Inside's Buckley. Wow, what a move to drive to the hoop. I thought that one was in for sure, but spins around a couple times before it heads out. Now Nicola Seebeck. Seebeck gives it to Amon Walker. Oh, Walker tripping over his feet, stays up, keeps the ball. Seebeck, no good from distance. Tried to tie it up with that shot. And a great effort there from Josh Natumba to keep it. Natumba now drives to the hoop. Good! That'll be Natumba's first points of this ball game on his first field goal attempt. Ennis gives it out to Seebeck. Just off the left hand and out of bounds. So the Falcons will take a timeout. We'll step away for just a minute here in this third quarter. And we are back from our timeout here. Falcons down 5 in the third quarter, 4:26 to go. And the Knights will have possession in their own half. See what they can do here. It's gonna be Chris Spann with the inbound here to Joseph Buckley. Buckley gonna command the Knights on the court here. Great effort in this one from Joseph Buckley so far. And that's taken away by Brandon Bogart. Holds on to it. Demarion Ennis. Oh, what a pass to Amon Walker. Kuol now. No one sees Seebeck open in the corner. Finally. Bogart now. And the shot clock winding down. 5 seconds to go. Ennis gives it to Kuol, but it's knocked away by the Knights who keep it in bounds. Skylar Samuel now. Gives it over to Joseph Buckley. There's Spann, Caden Moore, and Josh Natumba also on the court here for the Knights. Now Moore. Good on the mid-range. Like a little bit of Sean Livingston in that one. If you know, you know. Brandon Bogart. Ooh, and that one goes out of bounds. Now and here coming into the game is Stephen John Mezier. So he gives it to Joseph Buckley. Buckley, no good on that one. Rebounded by Lennon Campos, who gives it up to Brandon Bogart. Bogart now. Back to Seebeck. Seebeck over to Campos. Campos inside. No good. Rebound there is going to be Caden Moore. Moore gives it up to Skylar Samuel. Samuel over to Caden Moore. Moore spinning. Over to Buckley. Buckley, no good on the three. Falcons down 7 with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Brandon Bogart over to Cool. Now going inside, he's going to crush into the paint, but no good. That one comes up short. Rebounded again by Caden Moore. Moore now got 5 rebounds, in this one. Now Campos matched up with Moore. Moore gives it to Skylar Samuel. Samuel, and that one's knocked away by Amon Walker, but Samuel keeping possession, gives it to Moore from distance. No good. Samuel trying on the rebound there. And Bogart now taking it the other way quickly, hands it off to Campos. The bucket is good through the contact.
What a pass and a lay.
And the Knights take a timeout here. We'll just have another short break, and we'll be back with the rest of the third quarter. Under 2 minutes to go now as we are back with the third quarter. Falcons down by just 5. It's been a tight game throughout. Niagara have been in control of this quarter here, but we'll see what Fanshawe can do with just a bit of time left on the clock before the final frame. Knights outscoring them 16-8 here in the third. Now Mezier. Ooh, he's looking for Span, and that one goes out of bounds. Sounds like Niagara's coach very vocal about that play there. Wanted a screen, it sounded like. Mezier now gives to Span. Span now inside. Out to Mezier. What a play to keep it in bounds there. Now Natumba to Span, but a whistle, a travel called on Josh Natumba. And the Falcons take over possession. Ooh, Seebeck. Looks like a couple words there between Nicola Seebeck and Chris Span. It was either, I couldn't see if it was Span or if it was Skylar Samuel. Couldn't see the number on that one. Now Mezier. Mezier now to LaBelle. LaBelle, ooh, loses it. Skylar Samuel. Inside, wow! Seebeck, what a block! Bogart keeps it in bounds. And what a play we just witnessed. I think half the players on the floor. Looked like half the players on the floor thought that one was over, but no, Brandon Bogart with the effort to keep it in. But the Knights didn't give up possession and got a couple shots off, and they will have the inbound here with 12 seconds on the shot clock and just over a minute to go in the third. Now here's Chris Spann, matched up with Seebeck. No good on the three. Rebound by Campos. Campos to Bogart. Bogart bringing it up here. Showing his back to Skylar Samuel. It's Nicola Seebeck. Addie Lever. Inside to Caleb LaBelle. Oh, great grab there by Seebeck. Keep the play alive for the Falcons. Lever. Mid-range up as shot clock expires, and it's good! Falcons cut the lead down to 3.
Wet like water on that shot right there.
Now here comes Mezier. Mezier, shots up, no good. Rebounded there, and that's gonna be Panome. And he's fighting for it, and they called, looks like, I believe, a travel called there on Panome as the Falcons look like they are back in this one now. Just a 6-point differential in this quarter as the Falcons are down by 3. 10 seconds to go here. See if they can get some points off before this frame expires. Brandon Bogart. Gonna try to do something, and a foul. Bogart draws the foul, and he will head to the line for 2. Looks like a blocking foul will be the call. Bogart with a chance to cut the lead down to just 1 before this frame expires. So we have another tight game here at the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center. It's a good one. This is exactly how you want to end a doubleheader.
And this is the Falcons' second last game, of the first half of the season. They played Redeemer on Saturday.
The Falcons will be away from home for that one. See if they can get the win against the Redeemer Royals as Bogart misses the first free throw. We'll see if he can make the second one to cut the lead down to just 2. The horn gets going, and no good. And just like that, time expires on our third quarter of action here from the Glenn Johnson Athletic Center. We'll step away for just 2 minutes and be back with your fourth quarter of play to decide our winner here. And we are live with the fourth quarter of action here in a tight game between the Niagara Knights and Fanshawe Falcons. Niagara up 50-47. So we got 10 minutes to go here to decide a winner. Brandon Bogart now. Gonna take it up to kick off this final frame. Seebeck, no good on the shot there. Tried to tie it up with 1. Bogart, and that one jarred a bit loose, but he holds on to it. LaBelle inside. And a whistle. It's like a foul called. I believe that will be on Niagara. As yes, Caleb LaBelle will head to the line for 2. Of course, Brandon Bogart ended last quarter with 2 free throw attempts. Oh, sorry, no free throws here. It'll just be an inbound for the Falcons. LaBelle will take the inbound, though. Let's see what who is he gonna look for here? Ooh, Campos, and it's knocked over to Bogart. Bogart inside! Tipped in by LaBelle. Great effort there. Caleb LaBelle is up to 13 points. Looks like we'll just have a quick stoppage in play as we player down. Thankfully, we've got everybody back up to their feet, and we are back now with the last 9.5 minutes of basketball. Niagara up now just 1 here in the 4th quarter. Another tight game for Fanshawe, of course. Last week on Wednesday as well, they took on Lambton. 70-66 win in a tight one as it's inbounded here to Joseph Buckley. Both teams in this one looking to extend their winning streaks. No good on the shot there. LaBelle over to Bogart. Bogart, goes down. But a foul is called. Span clearly disagrees with that call. And the Falcons will have possession here. Inbound is going to be Bogart over to LaBelle. LaBelle back to Bogart. Bogart from distance. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded Caden Moore. Moore now to Buckley. Caden Moore now up to 7 rebounds in this one. Buckley now. Inside. Great pass there. That was Igbine. And a rebound from Addie Lever as that shot's no good. Looked like that one looked like it was destined to go out of bounds, kept in by Bogart. Brandon Bogart looks Lennon Campos, great pass there. Lever looks like he's gonna go up. Seabick does. No good on the shot and a couple bounces. And the whistle will be against the Falcons here. Looks like a loose ball foul. Knights will take possession in their own end. Still just a 1-point game. So we've got a tight 4th quarter of play. Just 1 bucket through almost 2 minutes. Now Caden Moore. That's going to be given to Skylar Samuel. Skylar Samuel gives it to Joseph Buckley. And a travel called on Buckley. Falcons will take possession. 8 minutes to go. Seabick on the inbound here to Bogart. Brandon Bogart. Got LaBelle moving. Looks like he'll set a screen here. Or not, and it's given now to Lennon Campos. Campos out to Bogart, over to Seebeck from distance again. This time he is good. Nikola Seebeck puts the Falcons up by 2. Huge shot from Seebeck.
Yeah, that's the exact momentum that the Falcons needed. Now they're up 2. They're looking to keep the lead in the game.
That's exactly the kind of clutch shot you want out of one of your bench guys. And now Buckley, no good on the 3, in and out. Bogart bringing it up here for the Falcons. Match up with Moore, and that's Mutumba, I believe. Sorry, Natumba. Good! Seebeck again! Nikola Seebeck is fired up after that one. Falcons go up 5. And a timeout taken by Niagara as they want to slow this one down. We'll be back in just a minute. And we are back with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go in this game. Falcons looking to win their 2nd straight here at home. It's Caden Moore on the inbound to Joseph Buckley. Joseph Buckley now. He's going to bring it up, matched up with Addy Lever. Lever back to Caden Moore. Or sorry, not Lever. It's Buckley over to Moore. Now it's going to be Spann. Chris Spann inside. Blocked by Bogart. What an effort from Brandon Bogart. And it's going to be Caden Moore now taking the inbound for the Knights as they will retain possession. And it's going to be a whistle there. Spann not happy with the call.
And that's Fanshawe's 3rd block of the night. They only had 1 in their previous game, so they're tripling that amount.
Great effort from the Falcons on the defensive side of the ball here tonight. Now on the inbound is Nikola Seebeck. Seebeck to Bogart. Bogart's going to bring it up. Ooh, and the screen from LaBelle. Wow, what a play. Caleb LaBelle sets a beautiful screen, opens up the lane for Bogart, finishes beautifully at the rim. Falcons up 7 now. Lennon Campos matched up with Caden Moore. Moore looked like he was going for the shot, but the bounce pass, and it's out of bounds off of Skylar Samuel. And it is getting loud here in the Glenn Johnston Athletic Center. Nikola Seebeck now going to take the inbound. Brandon Bogart. Bogart being double teamed here, gives it to LaBelle. LaBelle, it looks like he's got Campos inside, but he's got Seebeck outside, and Bogart! Good! The clutch shooting of Brandon, the sharpshooter, Bogart!
Yes, like you said in pre-games, sharpshooter Brandon Bogart. How about that?
Seebeck matched up on Skylar Samuel, can't hit the shot. Now bringing it up here is Brandon Bogart. Bogart and a kickball. I think that was on Josh Natumba. Yeah, I believe the Falcons will retain possession here. As Natumba subs out of this one, it'll be Difference Igbine coming in for the Knights. Now here's Caleb LaBelle. And that one will go out of bounds. And Fanshawe will retain possession. It's going to be Addie Lever who will take the inbound. Just over 5.5 minutes left in this one. Falcons up by 10. Just a couple seconds left on the shot clock. Bogart puts it up. No good. Out of bounds. Knights will take possession. Now here comes Skylar Samuel. Samuel's going to give it away there. But he's going to get it right back on the pass from Igbine. Now that one's going to be given there. Sorry, that's Noah Lee. It's the first time we've seen him in this one. Now the Knights will get the inbound here. It's going to be Joseph Buckley. Buckley gives it to Difference Igbine. Igbine back over to Lee. Lee to Moore. Caden Moore goes up with the mid-range and the foul. Moore's just gonna lay there and enjoy the ground for a good second. Get a nice little break in there. And he will head to the line now to shoot 2 for the Knights. No good on the first shot is Caden Moore. At this point in the game, you want to be hitting all your free throws. That one's gotta hurt for the Knights. Moore, second attempt. Good. Cuts the lead down to 9. Addie Lever on the inbound. Gives it to Brandon Bogart. Back to Lever. Lever trying to use the handles to get around Joseph Buckley. Buckley, though, will take it. It's Noah Lee. Lee inside, no good on the shot, but there will be a foul on Bogart. So it looks like Noah Lee will head to the line for the first time in this game as he has a shot at his first points. Just under 5 minutes to go now here in this game. Niagara just one timeout left on the clock, left in this one. And as Lee will take his first attempt from the free throw line. And this one is good. Cut the lead down to 8. Now Lee's second attempt. Also good. Cuts it down now to 7. It's Addie Lever bringing it up the court for the Falcons. Ooh. And it looks like a foul called on that one. (60-53) the score in this one. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Falcons with possession. Brandon Bogart inbounds it here to Nicola Seebeck. Now here's Seebeck, gives it to Bogart. Bogart now moves inside, looks for the step back, fakes him out, gives it over to Seebeck. Seebeck fighting with Noah Lee inside. Ooh, almost gets it to go through the contact. Now bringing it in is Buckley. No good, rebounded by Igbine. No good on the second chance. Now rebounded by, that was Skylar Samuel. It's Noah Lee with it now. Caden Moore. Joseph Buckley inside. No good. And he will get the charging foul. Falcons will take possession here. And it's Igbine and Caden Moore both having a quick word with the referee on that one. They do not like that charge call. Both these teams pretty even when it comes to foul numbers. Knights with 16, Falcons with 14. Both teams as well, pretty even in terms of made threes. The Falcons only shooting 16 compared to the Knights 22. Brandon Bogart, up, no good. And that one will go out of bounds. Falcons will keep possession. And that's going to be Amon Walker checking into the game for Nikola Seebeck. Great effort from Seebeck in this game off the bench. He's got 9 points on 3 for 6 from deep, 3 for 8 overall. Hasn't made a shot that isn't a 3. Now LaBelle loses it. That's going to be Noah Lee taking it. Lee gives it to Skylar Samuel. Skylar Samuel now to Caden Moore. Caden Moore. Good! What a bank shot there from Caden Moore. 5-point game. It's going to be a tight one with under 3.5 minutes to go. Caleb LaBelle to Brandon Bogart now. Bogart looks for Campos. Ooh! And a hard foul it looks like there from Igbine. Campos, thankfully, though, back up to his feet pretty quickly after that one. And Campos will head to the line, it looks like. He'll shoot 2. Chance to extend the Falcons' lead to 7 points if he makes both here. And the first one is good. And the second one is no good. Just 8 free throws so far tonight from the Falcons. And here's Skylar Samuel, who gives it up now to Igbine. Difference, Igbine fighting through the contact. No good on the bucket and a whistle. And I think we will see Difference Igbine head to the line now for a chance at 2 points here. Igbine got 2 in this one. This will be his second trip to the line. He shot 1 earlier, missed it. Let's see what he can do here. Good on the first one. Very big free throw there for Niagara. They'll really want this one to fall, cut the lead down to just 4. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. It's good. Igbine 2 for 2 in this trip to that trip to the line now. And now Brandon Bogart. Bogart bringing it up the court here. Cool. Inside. Under to Campos. Good! Through 2 players and the contact. What an effort from Lennon Campos. Now Walker matched up with Caden Moore. Caden Moore now gives it to Difference Igbine. Igbine now gives it to Noah Lee. Noah Lee out to Caden Moore. Caden Moore to Skylar Samuel. Good! Cuts the lead down to 3 with 2.5 minutes to go. Inbounded from Lever to Amon Walker. Bogart now. Over to Cool. Cool inside here, fighting. Through the contact. No good on the bucket. The second chance from Campos. No good, and they will call a foul. It looks like on Difference Igbine. And Lennon Campos gonna head to the line now to shoot 2. Campos 2 for 3 so far from the line. In this one, he's got 10 points, only missing 1 shot. These will be some more crucial free throws here for the Falcons now. Number 9 and 10 for the team tonight. Oh. Looks like conversations on the court might be holding this one up. Caden Moore talking with the official over there. Looks like the Knights coach is having a bit of a discussion on the sideline there. Oh, and it looks like we've got a substitution as Carter Bowen's going to come in. It's a 3-point game, 2:14 left on the clock. 63-60 Fanshawe. Campos good on the first one. Very efficient from the not the three-point line, the free throw line is Lennon Campos. And he will hit the second one, 2 for 2. And now Campos subbing out of this one. It looks like Nikola Seabick checked into the game for Campos. Seabick, the kind of clutch shooter you want on the court at this point in the game. That one out of bounds off the Falcons, though. Looked like Bogart and Siebert were very hopeful that they were going to take possession over there. But unfortunately, Niagara retains. Now, Joseph Buckley looking for Noah Lee, almost a bit too high, but Lee will bring it in. Lee now, look at the speed. Step back, wow!
Lee. What a shot and what great speed by Noah Lee there.
Just a super nice shot there. Oh, now Addy Lever, he's got Bogart open in the corner. Brandon Bogart looks like he wanted the ball here. Now he shoots it. Oh, Quol on the rebound though. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Minute 30 to go. Bogart from the corner. Good this time!
We got it in, baby!
Bogart, good that time. The Knights gonna have to lock it in a steal. Nikola Seabick, Addy Lever. And out of bounds though. Looks like Lever wants a foul called. But no. So that one will travel out of bounds. Falcons will retain possession, however. Now Quol on the inbound to Amon Walker. Walker to Bogart. Bogart, Quol. Inside, good!
How about the pumping?
8-point Falcons lead. Inside our final 2 minutes. We've got a timeout taken here by the Knights. That'll be their final one. So we'll just take a quick minute to all catch our breaths before we'll be back with the final bit of action in this one. And Caden Moore on the inbound here for Niagara as we're back with the final minute 15. Noah Lee now bringing it up for the Knights. Carter Bowen, no good. Bowen though hustling for the board. Now gives it back to Noah Lee. Lee getting a little close to the half-court line. Now it's Bowen again. Carter Bowen gives it off to Skylar Samuel. Samuel looked like he was going to go up for three, doesn't. Lee will though. No good, in and out. Almost rebounded by Buckley. Lee will get it though. And Noah Lee! Wow!
Oh my goodness, Noah Lee!
Spinning like a Beyblade. What an effort. Oh, looked like it was about to be a huge slam. But Walker still gets the lay. 34 seconds left. And oh my goodness, Caden Moore with the three. It's a 5-point game, and it looks like they're going to try to intentionally foul. Turnover, but a whistle. It looks like a kick ball foul called by the referee. The Knights will lose possession. That is huge for Fanshawe. The Falcons will take a short timeout with 28 seconds to go. Talk over final strategy to try and hold on to this lead as they are closing in on a second straight win. We'll be right back with the last under a minute after this. And we are back for the closing moments of this amazing contest between the Niagara Knights and Fanshawe Falcons. 5-point Falcons lead at 72-67 with 28 seconds to go. Fanshawe will take the inbound here. It's going to be Addie Lever. And Natumba jumping. And they try to get the steal, but a foul looks like it'll be called on the Knights. And and they will take an inbound. No, it'll be free throws. Looks like Brandon Bogart's going to step up to the line for 2 crucial free throws. Bogart. First one is all good. 6-point lead. Chance to extend to 7. Shot is no good. But a board from the Falcons. They're just going to try and move it around, prevent the foul, but they will get the intentional foul off there. So I think, and it's going to be Addie Lever heading to the line this time for the Falcons. So it looks like this one could be all but over with two sunken free throws. Lever has not gone to the line yet. And this one, he's getting the Falcons fans pumped up.
There we go. This crowd is going right now.
They've got to be happy to see this performance as Lever hits the first one. Not getting them all hyped up for nothing. Now Addie Lever, the second shot. Good. And a whistle here, no timeout. Looks like it'll just be a sub. Carter Bowen into the game for Niagara with 21.8 seconds to go. Falcons looking amazing today, both sides of the ball. Skylar Samuel. Caden Moore. Moore from distance. No good. Seavick rebound. And he will just let them foul him. Like a little bit of a taunt there. Now he will head to the line. 13.5 seconds to go. Falcons up by 8. This one is all but over. Fanshawe will win their second straight and bring an end to Niagara's 2-game winning streak. The Falcons fans sing the Knights goodbye. First one from Seabick is good. And the second one, no good. 9-point lead, that one goes out of bounds. Falcons don't care how much time is on the clock. They are still playing the best defense they can. Not taking anything lightly here. Shots up from Noah Lee. No good, and that should all but do it. The Fanshawe Falcons win this one 76-67. A 2-game winning streak now, back-to-back wins at home. We'll see if they can carry this momentum into that game against Redeemer on Saturday to close out the first half of the season with a 3-game win streak.
Yeah, that was one heck of a game. The Falcons had 5 different double-digit scores for them. Brandon Bogart led the way with 16.
Just an all-around great team performance from the Falcons. As we say goodnight and thank you for joining us for this game. I've been Logan Libiak.
Now I'm Noah Parody.
Take care, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and good night.